In this video, it's nearing the end of 2024, so you know what that means. Vince Venturella and I have released a new issue of the Zine with a Goblin game and 3 add-ons to our previous games. It's called SNARL. We said it would be a yearly periodical, and we meant it. Today is the release of the 2024 issue of SNARL, the official zine of Snarling Badger Studios. If you don't know what a zine is, well, it's kind of sort of a small self-published magazine, and they used to be prevalent in different communities like punk rock and stuff like that. Zines allowed people to produce whatever content they wanted, however they wanted. They kind of started to die off a little bit with the internet, which kind of also allowed you to do the same thing, but, we're bringing them back with a twist. Our zine is a PDF that you can download and read on your phone or your tablet or computer or whatever you want. But it also comes with a second version that's formatted for booklet printing, so you can print it out, fold it and staple it and all that kind of stuff like I did here. Or, you can take it to your local copy place, like Office Max or Office Depot or whatever copy places you might have near you. And then you have a cool printed version to carry around with you if you like having that kind of tactile printed game book experience. Whether you want it on a screen or on paper, we've got you covered. What's included in this year's issue of SNARL? It starts with a standalone microgame for 2 to 4 players. And I hope you like goblins. Once every few years, when the moon is just right, when the perfect scent of fungus is on the wind, when the moss grows on the east face of the rocks, when there are just enough goblins around, that means it's time for the great goblin Argle Bargle. Goblins come from far and wide. They search every nook and cranny for more goblins. They fight and sing and dance and die until eventually one goblin reigns supreme, the greatest goblin. You might ask what an Argle Bargle is. It's English slang for an argument or a fight, and we thought it was certainly the type of thing that goblins would say as well. In the Great Goblin Argle Bargle, you pit your mess of goblins against your opponents in silly, crazy goblin combat. As the Argle Bargle progresses, you gain and lose goblins due to fighting, creatures, spells, shenanigans, which goblins love, and general forgetfulness. Sometimes goblins just wander off because they thought that they saw a particularly tasty bug. When you start your goblin tribe, you choose a special skill for the entire group, like sneaky, or speedy, or strong, or shooty, or stabby, or spellsy. Then you pick a goblin god that the tribe follows, like Gabool, Giblix, Greebag, Gadababa, or Gobblerex. These gods also give your tribe special abilities in the game. Then it's time for your tribe to get stuck into it and start fighting. But it's not all fighting. There's also exploring the terrain on the board, which can help you find new goblins to add to your tribe. And there's, of course, shenanigans. Goblins love shenanigans of all kinds, japes, taunts, tricks, etc. Upon every activation, your goblin tribe can commit a shenanigan, like setting traps, starting fires, singing a song, doing a dance, and so on. The battle ends when there's only one tribe remaining, or at the end of 4 turns, whichever comes first. You need a 3-foot by 3-foot play area, some terrain that goblins would like, big rocks, caves, swamps, woods, and so on. The game also requires normal D6 dice that you can get pretty much anywhere, of course, and you'll need about 20 of them. You also need about 20 random goblins and 1 goblin that you can call your Great Goblin for your tribe. This goblin might have a cool banner, or maybe a sweet helmet, or whatever. It just needs to be something that differentiates that goblin from all the other ones in your group. You can use whatever goblin models that you want. I'm using 3D printed Goblin Rabble figures from Dragon's Lake Miniatures on my Manufactory, but any goblins on 20 to 32mm bases will be perfect for your tribe. Mine are on 25mm bases, except for the Great Goblin, who's on a 32mm base. It's quick, it's silly, it doesn't take too long to play, and it's great for kids, too. Our lead developer, Tom Lyons from Warhammer Weekly, playtested it with his kids, as he did with our last microgame in last year's SNARL, and they gave it their seal of approval. If you already have a bunch of goblins, whether from Games Workshop or Mantic or whomever, then you'll be set. If you don't have Goblin minis, but you've always wanted to make a tribe of your own, just not too many goblins, well then the Great Goblin Argle Bargle is also a great reason to start. So that's the Great Goblin Argle Bargle, but that's not all that we put in our yearly zine. We also include add-ons for some of our previously published titles, fun things to add to the games that you might already have to make them even more fun, or just to bring a few new ways to play our games that you already enjoy. This year, we've added 3 new add-ons in comparison to 2 from last year. One for Death Wizards, our most recent game, one for our UFO game, Majestic 13, and one for our very first title, Reign in Hell. In Death Wizards, Fresh Creations, we've added a group of new undead minions for your Necromancer to control. There's an Arisen Wolf, a Dread Warrior, a Flaming Horror, and a Nightwalker, all with new special abilities. These new minions allow you to create all new figures for your undead horde to allow you to customize your army of the undead even more. It's always nice to get new gear, whether it's new hobby tools or new cameras, or, whichever kind of gear you like, I suppose. But in Majestic 13, New Gear Drop, you'll be getting new gear to help your team fight the alien menace and hopefully save the Earth. That's slightly better than a new airbrush or a new lens, I suppose. There's both Phase 1 and Phase 2 equipment in this add-on, from weapons, armor, and even psionic devices designed to help you combat the creatures from outer space. And lastly, there's a new 3-scenario solo and co-op story for our first game, Reign in Hell. It's called The Broken Door, and it happens directly following the events of the Oculus Spear, the solo and co-op expansion that we made for Reign in Hell back in 2021. Your demon cabal finds itself in the fallen city of Javix just after the events of the Oculus Spear, and now it's time to travel to learn if the visions of a new portal and where it might lead are real or just another dead end. These 3 scenarios will tell the story of your cabal and bring glory or continued failure. So that's all the stuff in this year's issue of SNARL, which is available now for only $8, same price as last year, but with more stuff and more pages. Who does that? It's a PDF, again, so if you want to print your own version, there's a printable booklet formatted file included as well as the screen-friendly version. But since it's PDF only, you'll get it immediately, no shipping and all that kind of stuff, and then you can start working on your Goblin tribe to prepare for the next great Argle Bargle. SNARL is available at www.snarlingbadger.com, link in the description below. We hope you enjoy this second issue of SNARL. We had a lot of fun making it. If you want to share photos of your crazy goblin tribe for the Great Goblin Argle Bargle on your social platform of choice, mark it with hashtag SNARL2024 so people, and so me and Vince, can find it out there. Or just join our Discord. You can find a link in the header part of the Snarling Badger Studios website. Hit the like button below to help more people find out about DIY wargaming content, because we want to keep on making it. Thanks for watching.